Morning. We're really honored to be here. And I'm still Radhika. and
I'm Ratna, and as you can see the slide on the screen, we want to take you, give you a peek into the future. Now, what is future for the world of Qual?
okay. When we thought of doing this together, we said, okay, let's look at what is Qual and let's look at what is happening in the world around us. And clearly, I think Pankaj has already spoken about big data, small data. So what we are going to share today is how we did it. And this is really about saying what happens when Qual meets big data and what happens to Qual then. Yeah? Okay. De-qual was really us going a bit rogue, yeah? So we were saying we will do qual, but not in the traditional way. So what were the things that we did differently? So the first thing is, of course, we were not sitting behind a one-way mirror looking at focus group discussions. We were sitting behind very different screens. So what you're going to see is the result of very extensive harnessing of social data, social media, which is already out there, organic conversations that are out there, which have been pulled together to develop the themes and the insights. The second part is that there is no primary research involved in this. So no moderators were killed, no consumers were harassed, so it's all fine. And of course, when it comes to the output, we know that Qual is very vivid, very rich. There is a storytelling heritage. There are very great, deep insights. We said, hey, let's not stop at insights. Let's go and predict. So what we're really going to do is predict the future. And
yeah. And to do that, we said, okay, now let's take that multi-pronged approach that everybody talks about. The little data, the big data. What do we hear on social media in terms of blogs, the pages that people have written, what is being tweeted, what's written, what are the issues that women are facing today? Yeah? So that's the first thing that we took. Then we said, okay, that's not enough. We also need to see that there's a parallel growth in technology which is happening. And therefore, what are the technological evolutions that are coming and helping, assisting women to overcome these issues? Then we also looked at what businesses are doing. There's this huge conversation which is happening around unstereotyping or ungendering, and lots of businesses are responding to these in a very different way. They're showing women in a very different light. So what is really happening? Where have they really reached today? What is trending? Yeah, so we looked at some predictions from some very famous predictors. Their predictions have really come true. We looked at what they are saying and how they predict the future to be. And finally, then we took our expertise on psychology and curation, and we came up with some predictions for you. So today, we are going to take you through 5 predictions that we have made based on everything that we have seen. And as I take you through this journey little by little, every prediction takes you a little bit more into the future, and I request you to carry your imagination with us.
okay.
Yeah. The first prediction that we're making, and this is not new news. Yeah, I mean, women. It's been people have been saying this for a really long time, that women will overtake men as the top dog very soon, and they will.
Don't panic, guys.
I can see some men looking at me in a very angry manner. But the women will become the center of power, respect, authority. And why am I saying this? Of course, there's a lot of data which backs this up. So look at this chart. Yeah? There are some red-colored geographies, and there are some blue-colored geographies. And what are these? Can anybody guess? Sorry? These are not populations, really. The red-colored geographies are geographies where more women, have studied for longer in those countries. The blue geographies are places where more men have studied longer than women. And you can see the divide. It's places like Africa, places like India, where men have studied more. The rest of the world. So the prediction is really that for every 2 women that have a degree in the future, there will be only 1 man. Yeah? So if you are keen in listening to TED Talks, and you do listen to a few of them, then you might have come across this one by Hannah Rosin. And she talks about the data behind the rise of, the new rise of women, not a new rise, because women have been really struggling and rising for a very long time. So she says that in the future, the middle jobs will go, because robots will replace us. There will be low jobs, and there will be high-skilled jobs. In these high-skilled jobs, for every 4 women, there will be only 1 man. She also says that industry has predicted there will be 15 professions that will grow in the future. Now, out of all these 15 professions, all but 2 will be dominated by women. Yeah? There are things that you can see in America. People are now opting for girl child as the first child, not male child. So hence, that will put women on the top. And that will reverse, really, the way women look at themselves, and even the way women start looking at men to a certain extent. Yeah?
That's right, okay.
So look, just read this ad. Okay? So this is an ad where in a world of cosmetics, where everybody says, dress up for the man, look beautiful, some hero will come and fall in love with you, be the princess. They took a bold step and said, oh, do you really think I'm going to invest in 83 lipsticks for somebody who doesn't understand it? Of course it's for me. L'Oreal has said it many years. I'm worth it because I'm worth it. Yeah? How many of you have seen this movie? No? Okay. So this is being released this year on my son's birthday, actually, 29th of July. And this is a really refreshing financial thriller by Mira Menon. Okay. So what this movie really does, and if you get a chance, please go and watch it. What this movie really does, it starts putting women into very, very stereotypical roles. And then towards the end of the movie, she goes and breaks the glass. So it's really interesting. And we'll show you a small clip from that movie to just give you a flavor of what the movie's all about.
You. What's that thing that really makes you want to get up in the morning?
Well, for me, I guess the simplest answer is I like money. I do. I like numbers. I like negotiating. I love a challenge, turning a no into a yes. But I really do like money. I like knowing that I have it.
So she's not at all shy of saying that I like the money. She's the next sort of Dawn.
Okay, so we got numbers, we got money, we are decalling. What's our second big prediction? We say men will wear the ball and chain. This is an Americanism, yeah? Americanisms are so lovely. They just bring a vivid picture. Imagine women with a ball, with a chain to a heavy ball, and think about her mobility, her freedom. It's a powerful imagery. And what is the symbolism around that is the woman becoming a mom. And but things are changing. Once upon a time, being a mom, and especially a working mom, was really, it meant a lot of sacrifices. It meant working twice as hard as stay-at-home moms. Even if you were the CEO of a global multinational, you really had to justify your achievements. You were guilty. And so, when Indra Nui actually spoke about grooming her extended staff to take on some of her mothering duties, there was chaos, yeah? There was debate, there was controversy. And she always talks about it with a tinge of guilt. But frankly, this is changing, and no longer is there guilt around this whole thing. In fact, there is pride, because you hear of more and more millennial women who are actually saying they don't want to have a baby, or they don't want to have a baby now. You have more men actually opting to stay at home as stay-at-home dads. And here is an interesting ad. Let's see if it plays. Yeah. stay-at-home dads is not so new. It's already happening. Women are going out to the bank, doing the job and earning money for the bank. And okay, men are wearing pregnancy bellies, to show empathy, and maybe there's intense research happening on that. But going forward, what is happening? What are we projecting into the future? You may not even need humans to make the babies. Maybe the woman doesn't need to bear the babies at all. So you're going to have motherless babies, and then becoming a parent and parenting is going to take on a whole new dimension. There it is. We are also predicting that 30% of the future kids are actually going to be born by men. And don't laugh, because there is intense research happening on artificial uterus. So it's coming, don't worry. Sorry, this clicker's. What are we then thinking about when we're thinking about men wearing this ball and chain? A lot is changing. Who is mom? What is mom? Is mom a role or a function? Are we going to alternate who is going to be the mom today? Categories that are so aligned to pitching to the mom will probably need to start getting gender neutral. What does that mean? How are we going to connect? What is family values? What is it? Is it going to be the feminization of family values where sharing, nurturing, caring is going to become more important than achievement? Who knows? We may have prenup agreements where there will be a clause on who will bear the baby. So there's a whole different new future that we are looking at when it comes to the gender codes. We go on to the next prediction. Of course, after moms, we come to beauty, the other very important stereotype that is associated with women. And just as gender roles are blurring, beauty and beauty definitions are also going to blur. Yeah, so here is something which you can look at.
Let's go!
Hit me. Hit me. Hit me.
Mississippi putting it down. I'm the hottest round. And if you want me, y'all can't stop me now. Is you with me now? The biggie bounce. I know you dig the way I switch my style.
Get your freak on. 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 Get your freak on.
People, here I come. Now sweat me when I'm done. Now people gather round. Now people jump around.
Get your freak on.
Quiet!
I'm knackered.
So this is today, and I don't know if you noticed, there are no men in this ad, which is so interesting and goes back to the point that we are not looking for affirmation any longer. Beauty will actually become very accessible. You must have heard of Mink, where the 3D printer that allows you to print your makeup and cosmetic products. You can choose your palette, you can completely customize. Going forward, you'll probably even be able to paint your face through apps and through virtual devices. You can update your face, you can update your beauty. So essentially, beauty starts becoming accessible. Plastic surgery will be a thing of past. We will be looking at nanoparticles, and probably big marketers will be investing in nanoparticle spas. You could put on a 3D nose, you could wipe away wrinkles, a lot of things that people are working on and which is going to be your future very soon. So what does this mean for beauty? And if you think about beauty, products that cater to beauty, also beauty as an aspiration, beauty as a means to approval, approbation, all that is changing. Beauty is accessible. Everyone can access the beauty they want. what then will become the new currency? Yeah? Will personality, expression, creativity become the new currency? How is this going to change things for us when we look at gender and we look at women? Maybe a gender neutral beauty concept will also start taking up. Yeah? So we move on.
So I'm going to just pull you back a little bit. She's taken you really far into the future. Women today are still multitasking. Yeah, that's the truth. I mean, I had to send 2 kids off to school this morning before I came here. So what does all this empowerment, the responsibilities that are put upon you give to you? I mean, it gives you intense pressure to multitask. And this is a really cliche picture of a woman juggling between too many roles. And businesses use this stereotype. They either tell you, I'm going to eliminate the multitasking for you, I'm going to give you some help, or I'm going to just show you as a superwoman on steroids who can do everything anyway, anywhere, anytime. So there is this ad that really shows you how people take advantage, businesses have taken advantage of it. And there's no volume.
Sound?
Dance class?
Auntie,
Shall I just play it again?
Wow, crazy day. I'm gonna need about 3 more of me. Nice. Okay, who's got grocery shopping?
On it. Laundry? Check. Soccer snacks? Happening. Dance class?
on days like this, Mom could really use an extra set of hands. That's why I went to care.com. They got lots of great sitters who could help Mom with all the other stuff too. So she can focus on what's really important. Me! Find your sitter now, care.com.
So not only do they encourage her to take some help in order to help her multitask, but a lot of technologies are now being developed for her to delegate these tasks to. Meet Moto Man, and he's a robot that really promises to take away the cooking hell from you. How many times do you want to go home and not cook? So he can emulate really recipes that master chefs have created, and he can create them in the comfort of your kitchen, at the press of a button. Then there are a lot of other technologies, the Roomba, the Zumba, you probably own some of them. There's Vero who can come and clean your pool, or there is Dirty Dog who can clean your garage. So there are lots of technologies that really exist today that can help you to multitask easily. But for tomorrow, it won't be just about multitasking or delegating. It will be about multiporting. Yeah? What is multiporting? So multiporting is the ability to transport yourself into many different places at the same time. I will show you a peek into this technology.
I'm a bad clicker.
Hi, today we're going to show you an exciting new technology that could fundamentally change the way that people will communicate in the future. Imagine being able to virtually teleport from one space to another in real time. Hey Sergio, how does it feel like to be holoported?
It feels great to be holoported.
So Sergio is to wear his HoloLens device, and I'm going to wear mine.
You do realize
we can see
it's not
each
a
other
real man.
in full 3D in real time. We can interact and communicate as if we're co-present. Sergio, can you walk around my space? Can you walk behind this chair? So we're doing everything to give the impression that Sergio and I are present in the same space. Sergio, let's just do a high five. That's
Bye
great.
bye.
Thank you, Sergio. We call this...
So imagine how much time and pressure and stress this is going to ease up for the woman. She just program herself, pre-program herself, send a simulator somewhere to the parents-teachers meeting while she's attending a conference somewhere else. Yeah? So that's how technology has really helped us. And moving forward, I think this is going to be the final frontier, where technology is not in our life, where the lines between technology and human being starts to blur, yeah? And artificial intelligence kicks in. So we've already, it sounds a little scary, but all of us are already using a lot of these applications in our daily life. So we do have the Siri or the Now, who are voice-activated personal assistants. We tell you which is the nearest Chinese restaurant, or where to look for shopping, or even if you ask some silly question like, can you call my girlfriend? They can say, oh, which one? So they're learning, and they know how to shut off if your wife is picking up the phone and they recognize her voice. There's also Amazon, and it's automated shopping. Really does not want to deliver any products to you after you've bought them. It wants to deliver them before you even purchase them. So they are going to use predictive modeling to understand what your purchase cycles are and get the product to you even before you click on it and go online to shop. Well, the brick and mortar stores today are already doing this. Yeah, so they send you coupons, they look at your CRM database, they program everything, they know your insights, they know that you're a bargain hunter. They send you a coupon for a bargain for your next shopping to convert you. But that's what the future is going to hold. There's a Price Online, a huge travel sort of agency, and the CEO of that has said that by 2020, 80% of my entire human interactions will not be done by humans. Yeah? So my sales, my service, after service, etc., will all be done by machine. Okay, this is one of my favorite examples, and I think I really require this service. So this is Stitch Fix, and what Stitch Fix does is, you, as a consumer, you just go up there, put in your measurement, size, your preferences, likes, dislikes, what sort of assortment you want to wear with something else, and then they start sending you parcels of clothes every month. Yeah? Now, you can choose to return them, or you can choose to keep all of them at a 25% discount, and then the program actually learns your choices. And month after month, it becomes a much better personal stylist for you and starts sending you stuff that you really, really like. So that's really not far away. And I don't know if you've read the predictions of this guy really quirky guy called Ray Kurzweil. People think that he makes very outlandish predictions, but most of his predictions have come true, and therefore I really trust what he's going to say. He says that by 2030, humans will become hybrids. And by 2050, half of a human being will be a computer. Yeah? So now if this line blurs, then what is really the future holding for us?
So 2030 is not far away. 2050 is also not very far away, the way our time flies. Just summing up on artificial intelligence, what does it mean, and what does it mean in terms of gender code? We all know about the famed woman's intuition. And what is intuition? It's very complex, processing of information around you with very advanced integration that happens. But today, it either happens unconsciously, or it is, it is invisible. Maybe it takes time, and then certain things happen. With artificial intelligence, we do believe that this is the power that will get enhanced even more. So maybe women's intuition will become everybody's intuition. You're not going to talk about things like, awareness, recall, did you comprehend my ad? We are talking about 5-second rule today. It will become a blink tomorrow. They look at it and they decide whether this is for me or not me. Artificial intelligence will help them at very fast speeds pull all the related awareness or brand recognition data, and decision making is going to become very, very different. What does this mean for marketers? How are we going to tap into that advanced, high speed, complex processing where we no longer can rely on telling the message or manipulating the message, but really need to say that if awareness and comprehension are all given, then how do we engage, how do we communicate? And this is a very interesting movie, Ex Machina. I think it's a cult movie when it comes to artificial intelligence. And it's very interesting how the lines between human and artificial intelligence or robots is blurring. And here is a small clip to have a look at that.
How do I look?
You look good.
I trust you can guess who's artificial intelligence.
This is what I'd wear on our date.
Right? First a traffic intersection, then maybe a show.
I'd like us to go on a date.
Yep. Yep. It'll be fun.
Are you attracted to me?
What?
Are you attracted to me? You give me indications that you are.
I do?
Yeah.
How?
Micro expression. expression.
Micro expression.
The way your eyes fix on my eyes and lips. The way you hold my gaze. Done. Do you think about me when we are together?
Yeah, so this is the movie with the ultimate irony. The human goes there thinking the experiment is on the artificial intelligence humanoid, and she is being evaluated. And no spoilers. It's interesting how the roles are reversed. Yeah. So summing up.
So we just want to leave you with one question, that what are we going to do a call for tomorrow? Today we have facial coding to understand facial, micro expressions. Tomorrow the artificial intelligence is going to get it faster than you do. So is it going to be for the woman, the human, or the hybrid? Thank you very much.